Um, Sorry to be on y'all head so late at night like this, but that's how I move, man. When the spirit moves you, you gotta let it groove you. And this is the time of night where I wanted to discuss that. I ran on jumping on this earlier, but I've been busy all day. But if y'all can see the title, if you're not familiar, my homie L Dog's always in the building. And I know it's late, so whoever we get on will be much appreciated. In the wake of Jacob Blake being shot 7 times in the Kenosha, Wisconsin police, there were subsequent protests, of course. And in this particular protest, there was a young white male, 17 years old, who goes by the name of Rittenhouse. And I'm just going to lay the foundation of what we're talking about. Then as you guys come in, I'll let me know where y'all are from. What y'all doing up this late. But y'all doing up this late, man. But Mr. Rittenhouse decided that it was his duty and his obligation to travel from Antioch, Illinois, all the way to Kenosha to go and defend public property in Kenosha and assist the police. His crazy mama decided that she would be the one to drive him down there. She was so proud of her son, proud of her baby, that she drove him down there with his AR-15 and sent him out in the streets to do the work. If y'all are familiar with the story, just give me a peace sign or a power fist or something like that, man. And I'm going to use this time to let y'all shout out where y'all from. Tell me where you're from and what the hell y'all doing up so late. Why y'all up so late, man? What y'all doing? What y'all up to? Tell me where you're from, though. No question. Y'all familiar with the story. Austin, Texas. Anniston, Alabama. Portland, Oregon. No doubt. Southern Indiana. Insomniac. Man, they gotta be tough. Gotta be tough, man. Gotta be tough. We're gonna go into this thing for a little while, man, because I want to talk about the hypocrisy of white America and the hypocrisy of those who support Kyle Rittenhouse's actions, but you don't stand in support of why the protests were taking place in the first place. So process that. Let's process that. Another black man shot. Fortunately, he lived, but according to reports, the man is paralyzed. So what kind of life is that? So even if you survive the shooting, now you're paralyzed. Your spinal cord has been severed by bullets, and now he may never walk again, even though he's still alive. But how hypocritical are y'all? Are y'all who support what Rittenhouse did? A 17-year-old who shouldn't even have a weapon. He was too young to even have the weapon. Was that okay? All the people who were supporting Kyle Rittenhouse. See, I'm gonna snatch your little mask off and show your hypocrite face tonight, even though it's late. Because this is how you determine the racists and the hypocrites. You determine the racists and the hypocrites because they will justify every racist, hypocritical move that's made by anything that racist that they support. So all y'all holler, yeah, Kyle, good job. What a patriot. But you're the same people to call black people thugs, black people looters and rioters and thugs, and even the victims who were killed, who are unarmed and who are killed, you call them thugs and criminals. You dig up their criminal backgrounds and all that. Are y'all going to do the same with Kyle Rittenhouse? Is he held to that same standard? Yeah. Bernard Baker said that his mama was there armed and suited and booted as well. Yeah, it runs in the family. Is Kyle Rittenhouse held to the same standard as the black people that y'all call criminals and thugs? Because when Jacob Blake got shot, that's the first thing y'all run and do. Got the same old dried out tactics. Let's try to find out if he has a criminal record, as if him having a criminal record is connected or justifying the police shooting or killing a black man. See? That's how racist you are. See? This is how we know the difference between you. Because everything that comes out of your mouth justifies why the black person should have got shot, why he deserved to get shot. But what about Kyle Rittenhouse? He's only 17 years old. He's already had run-ins with the law for disorderly conduct, disobeying police, drug paraphernalia. He's already had run-ins with the police. He's got a rap sheet already at 17 years old. Y'all want to talk about that? Can we talk about his rap sheet? And none of the things that you tried to so satanically bring up on the black victims, none of them equate to what Kyle has on his resume now, and that's murder. He got murder on his resume now, the big one. You are all hypocrites. Just want to call out the hypocrites real quick. We're not going to stay on that long, but we got to call out the hypocrites. Yet to see you talk about Kyle Rittenhouse not even being legally of age to carry that weapon that he was carrying. Where y'all at? Y'all want to talk about George Floyd? You want to talk about Jacob Blake? Y'all tried to lie on Botham Jean. You tried to lie on Breonna Taylor. Where y'all at? Prove yourself, hypocrite. Prove yourself, racist. What's up on your boy Kyle? See? Let me read some of these comments. And vigilant skeptic, you actually make a good point. You say the rap sheet. You say you mean the rap sheet that he'll be acquitted from. You're probably right. I don't want any of us to think that because this devil was arrested, that, okay, justice is being served. No, it's just beginning. This guy's a hero to white America. He's a hero. He did what he went out and killed, even though he killed his own people. He's a hero to the cause. So you're right. He probably, don't be surprised, because when he shot those people, the police chunked him a bottle of water. It said that an officer said, "Hey man, thanks for the help." Because birds of a feather, no, I'm sorry, devils of a feather carry out racist acts together. They loved it. Give y'all some shout outs, man. Outlaw Ninja. Here comes Mighty Mouse. Lil Norm. Q Marshall. Yeah, man. Officer Tatum, man. Mr. Urban World. Lil Norm. Jackson the Jackal. I'm going to shout you out even though you talking like an idiot. Philip. The Shazer. My homie Jamarcus South, man. Grind mode in the building, man. BGN, I see you, BGN. Kite 78, Fed Up American. Fed Up American said, good for that 17-year-old. Yeah. And that's the beauty of what I'm talking about right now. Because I'm speaking to that very mindset. That very mindset that praises these types of acts. See? You have people in this country who praise those types of acts because, you know, you just worthless, racist piece of crap. That's all you are. So, of course, no matter how wrong or how wicked and how evil the act is carried out, as long as it's carried out by a white racist, even though he killed some white people, I'm sure he would have loved to have that bit a couple of black bodies on his resume. Because the protest itself was about a black man who was unjustly shot. But every excuse in the book, every lie and justification in the book is made to make Jacob Blake getting shot be all right. This is why black people need to separate. This is why. There is no more time to try to beg and plead and pray and sing and cry and hug and prayer circle. It's over with. At what point do you come into the understanding of how these people really feel about you in this country? The very people who built this country. So now they're mad at the NBA players because the NBA players decided that they were not going to play the games on today and on yesterday. So now they're mad. So now the racists come back out again and talk about how dare the NBA players are having the nerve and the audacity to try to stand up for basic human rights. How dare black people get mad? Y'all telling me y'all mad because we killing y'all? See, white people are used to having, through the ancestry, through the DNA, through the genetics, that they have had black people enslaved, and the slave couldn't complain. The slave better not complain. It did not matter how inhumane the treatment was. The slave better not ever complain about it. And that is the mentality that they love for black people to have. No matter what's done to you, accept it and take it. Don't complain about it. Be happy we killing y'all. Be glad we shot that man in front of his children. That's the mentality. How dare you NBA players decide that you're not going to play a game and entertain us? As if they don't have the right, the human rights to stand up for their rights. Then you get to talking about how they're privileged to be a part of this process in this country because they make millions and millions of dollars. Well, yeah, they pay taxes on those millions of dollars too that go towards police officer salary that are supposed to be paid to protect the citizens, all citizens. Am I right? See? Everybody is supposed to be protected, right? But see, the truth is everybody is not supposed to be protected. Those constitutional laws were not written with black people in mind. I'm going to keep saying that until we as black people understand that. So now you're seeing all of the races, their true colors are coming out. These people have been among us. All of their true colors are coming out because the president put the key in their bag. But at the end of the day, retaliation is a law of God. Y'all remember that. Always remember that. What was Botham Jean doing to deserve to get shot? Just being black in his own apartment. Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her own apartment. She deserved to get shot because she's black. And when people have a problem with black people complaining and protesting about that, it's because you are a devil. That's all. It's all right. Embrace your devilhood. Yep. See who we got on here, man. Outlaw Ninja Caleb Edwards. Yeah. That's the case. We got a lot of heroes. Good point, Caleb. Good point, Q Marshall. This country is not the old clothing line FUBU, for us, by us. No. We were not in the plans of freedom, justice, and equality when they laid that stuff out. And the quicker we understand that, the better we'll be. So, Rittenhouse is a patriot now. He's a hero now. All the racist people who on my live right now who think Rittenhouse is a hero, just put a hand up. I just want to identify you. If he's a hero and a patriot, and according to the law, right, he has a Second Amendment right, even though legally he was not old enough, right? But according to that same law, the same Constitution, people have the right to protest, right? Oh, but only certain people have a right to protest. Black people don't have a right to protest. Even white people who are protesting on behalf of black people, if that's why they were protesting. It's a lot of undercover stuff going on with that. You don't have a right to protest if you are defending yourself and defending your human rights. If you're black, if you are of color, you don't have that right. See? If you are a supporter of Kyle Rittenhouse, I'm talking to all of the racists right now. If you're a supporter of Kyle Rittenhouse and you call yourself a Christian or anybody who's a believer in a higher power, can I get a hand up? I just want to get a hand up. I want to see where your mind at. Miami, Florida, my brother. No, he don't need to go to jail. He needs to die. Just like he called somebody else to die. He don't need to go to jail. See? Let's see where y'all at. Louis Burhup said, who had the right to attack him? Who had the right to attack Jacob Blake? See, I'm peeping the hypocrisy. It's all right when they do it to black people. The police had the right to shoot the black man in the back 7 times, but they didn't have the right to attack a dude walking down the street with an AR-15 in his hand. Wow. See? I'm exposing the mind of the devil tonight. We're dealing with the devil. See? History proves what this country thinks about black people. Always have. Always will. I'm exposing the mind of the devil tonight. See? The same ones who say that Jacob Blake's shooting was justified. That was a white eyewitness who said, no, he was walking around the car to check on his children. So you opposing the argument that this man is running around the car to get a weapon to kill police while his 3 children are in the car. He's just going to just throw it all away right there at that moment right there. You're a liar. See who we got on here. Let's talk about the compliance argument. Let's talk about the compliance argument. I just posted a video on my Facebook where I showed a black man being told to chill by the police. He stopped, put his hands behind his head. I want all the racists to go look it up. And when he stood there in full compliance with his hand behind his head, the police officers ran up behind him and kicked him in the back and took him down. Where's the compliance at? There are a lot of videos like that where you can watch online. So the compliance argument is another weak argument that is used by you racists. Oh, and while you're at it, go look up a lot of these videos of white people putting guns on officers, fighting officers, swinging machetes at officers, and they always manage to get taken in. Is that compliance? Holler at me, racist. What about those? Okay, what I thought. Kyle Rittenhouse and his mama are worthless pieces of trash. You right, Miami. You right, Miami. Shout out to Tetramorph, Walter Waters, Kite 78. I can't understand where you're coming from, Kite, but here's the deal when you talk about the police training. The police have training. They know the training. They get sensitivity training. They get all types of training. They know exactly what to do. That's what I just got through saying about the difference in between how black people are handled and how white people are handled by the police in those types of situations. They have the training. They just don't utilize proper training when it comes to black people because they are racist and they want to kill black people. Plain and simple. They have the training. This is not a training issue, Kite. I understand where you're coming from. But this is not a training issue because the training kicks in perfectly when they are apprehending white suspects. It's perfect. Like I said, these guys have guns and knives and fists. They squared up. The training comes in perfectly then. So we can't use lack of training as an excuse. BGN. My home. Outlaw Ninja said morality and legality are 2 different things. And that couldn't be further. That is the absolute truth. Okay? You can make corruption legal. All you got to do is have corrupt people making the laws. But it doesn't make it moral. there. John Smith, Donna Thompson, I'm honored to have you on this live, Donna. We're going to expose the devil tonight. And we're not exposing the devil like a lot of y'all know who it already is, but just for those who may not and those who need a reinforcement. We're speaking about the double standard that exists. I'm still waiting on somebody to discuss whether or not, because black people are called criminals. When we get killed, it's okay because he was a thug. He was a criminal. I just laid out Kyle Rittenhouse's criminal history. Nobody has said anything about that yet. Was it all right for him to illegally have that AR-15 that he had? Is that not criminal? Now he's a murderer. But he's still not being called a criminal. The news reporter Tucker Carlson said he went out and did what nobody else would do. This is the hypocrisy of white supremacist America. This man is a murderer. He's a terrorist. Yet he's praised for murdering. Meanwhile, Colin Kaepernick, all he did was jump down on one knee. Now think about that. See, I'm laying this base out and laying comparisons. I want people to see. And I'm not talking, y'all already know this, but I want y'all to see how the mind of the devil works. He takes and picks what he needs to justify. I'm laying it out, showing you the differences. Kaepernick takes a knee, he's vilified. Worst person ever. He's the worst ever. The NBA players sit out the game. They're the worst ever. Ungrateful thugs. See how the thinking is? Oh, but the Constitution. And I'm exposing it because this is not your right, black people. They're telling you that when they say that. Anybody who says that they are true to the bone American and believe in the values and the statutes of America and the Constitution and all that, but then turn right around and have a problem with a person exercising any right that exists within those writings is a devil and a hypocrite. Plain and simple. That's right, Donna. Peter Birdsall, I see you. Brad Childers. Oh, I'll give it to you real quick. He has a disorderly conduct. He has disobeying police, possession of drug paraphernalia, and now murder. Let's lay him out. Let's lay him out. Yeah. But here's what the racists don't factor in. That's why I asked them how many of them were Christians. I asked them how many of them were believers in a higher power. Because you might not be a Christian, that may not be your ideology, but you may claim to believe in a higher power. Your words and your attitudes reflect otherwise. You don't believe in a higher power. Because this is not just like the brother just said, legality and morality are not the same thing. I can make anything legal. That's what they do. They kill black people, then they go into the system and find loopholes and ways to get their people out of it. But see, there's a law. There's a law of God. And if we go into the scripture, okay, you're killing God's people. Let's just say it for what it is. See, my channel is a melting pot. My channel is a melting pot. I got black folks, white folks, Latino. I got all different races of people on my channel. And I like that. I appreciate that. But sometimes you got to educate people who may be in a bubble, who may not have the knowledge, or you got to call out people who know very well that they are hateful, anti-black racists. You just got to just hit them with the truth and the reality of it. So where is God in all of this mayhem that's going on? What do you think he looks at when he sees this treatment of black people? You think God is going, well, yep, he had a criminal record, I'm gonna let that one pass? What do you think God is thinking when he watches these laws get passed and he watches these police officers who murder black people get slaps on the wrist and get probation or get lightweight sentences or don't get charged at all? And these black people have lost their lives who were unarmed, and then you have these racists come out and start trying to bring up criminal histories on them in order to say that's why it was all right for him to die. What do you think? How do you think that resonates and sits in God's mind? Let me hear what you got to say, racist Christians. If you're atheist, you're going to still fall under the law of retaliation. But if you believe in a higher power, you know that ain't right. See? You know that ain't right. Because you're a devil. The fall in 1986, Norway. No question, man. Thank you, Donna. Q Marshall always saying some real stuff, man. Caleb Edwards, Peter Birdsall. Well, Jackson, obviously you think that I know everything. Let's see. Outlaw Ninja. Yeah, he's filming. But we're going to see it. This will not go unchecked. This goes back 460 plus, almost 470 years. We're talking all the way back to slavery. You know how people go to the bar and they build up a tab? You just keep getting your drinks and they say, put it on my tab, put it on my tab, put it on my tab. Sooner or later, you got to pay your tab. What is America's tab? How much is America's tab for all the bloodshed that they've carried out against black people? And guess what? Here's the thing about that. They add on to their own destruction because they come out and have the nerve to tell you that you should not complain about your oppression. You shouldn't complain about your oppression. But every race of people has suffered some type of oppression throughout history. Doesn't matter if you're European, Asian, Black, Latino. Every race of people has documented history of being subjected to some type of oppression throughout history. But yet black people are the only people who are constantly told that we should forget about ours. We should let it go. It was a long time ago. Why are y'all still complaining about that? Why is that? Why are black people constantly told that we should forget about the evil history that was carried out against us? Why is that? Make me understand. Because we were subjected to the worst. And the individuals who are saying that we should forget about what was done to us are the people who did it. The people who are most responsible. So So the conversation of reparations comes up. Oh, no, we can't discuss that. We can't discuss reparations. No, can't do that. Yet reparations has been given to many nations by America, but none have suffered what the black people have suffered in this country, who built the country for free. Think about that. Arthur Johnson, Daryl's Kitchen. Appreciate that, Tetra. Yeah, Brandon, they tried to destroy our entire heritage. They took all that away. But the question is why? See, these white supremacists are so fearful. They're hateful and they're fearful because they, in some respects, have a greater understanding of who we really are more than we do in general, on a whole. They know what they stole. When you say they took the language, the culture, and the hair, they know they stole all that. All of our ancient sciences and history and mathematics and everything that allows this world to function was originated by the black man, the original man. They know they stole it. They fear us waking up to expose it. See? That's why they hate Farrakhan so much. That's why the Jews hate Farrakhan. That's why they fear him. And that's why racist white supremacists and those who have that mindset, they actually fear black people because they fear a time when we'll wake up and they feel like we'll do the same thing to them that they did to us. See? Everybody's heart is not programmed like yours. See? If you want to justify murdering of black people by police, despite what you see on a video with your own eyes, only because they're black, only because we have the nerve to dispute it and complain about it, then you are indeed a devil. Let's see what we got. Negative NRG. I'm trying to shout out the people I haven't shouted out yet. David G. What's up, Denver, Colorado? Eric. What's up, Eric? I like that name. Piper File. No question, man. My boy Jimmy Robinson. Avery Gaines. Avery Gaines said to fear someone is worse than being afraid of them. I'd like you to elaborate on that. Fear combined with hate, innate hate combined with fear, that's a deadly combination. Yeah. I said this on another live. How you scared and you got all the weapons on you, plus 6, 7, 8 cars backing you up? Think about that. Yeah. Jonathan Young, you make a great point. I read something the other day that was very profound. It said something along the lines of the biggest fear of those who are benefiting from something that was built on the backs of others is that those people will stand up. Because when you stand up, game over. What's up, Eternal? I see you, man. So, Kyle Rittenhouse, man, is he a hero? Show your racist self right now. Still haven't seen anybody tell me that he's a criminal, that he's a thug. Haven't seen that yet. Because you're telling on yourself. They call Colin Kaepernick a thug for getting down on one knee. And you see how they lie? Always watch these things, family. When the incident occurs, watch for the narrative shift. Watch for the narrative change that's carried out by media and law enforcement and the white supremacists. Always keep your eyes focused on them shifting the narrative. Part of that narrative shift is, again, to criminalize the victim. Don't let anybody try to make you feel guilty about black victimhood, because we have been victims. Don't let people make you feel guilty when they say, man, y'all always playing the victim. No, black people are not always playing the victim. Black people are always made to be the victim. Black people are victimized. See? So there's not a situation where anyone is playing victim, because history will tell you and point to incidents that clearly show that we were victimized. Be unapologetic in that stance, family. Always be unapologetic in that stance. See what I'm forgetting, man. So this guy's still alive. Him and his trashy mama. What parent would take their 17-year-old son and arm him to go involve himself in something that has nothing to do with him? Who would do that? If I was to bring my son into a fight, into a situation, I would have to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that, son, this is something that's worth us killing and possibly dying for and putting ourselves on the line for. And it's going to secure our future generations. But it got to be just. And notice how the police was so cool and laid back with him. He walking around with the rifle out. They never questioned him. Now, let's be real to the racists out there. Can we agree that Kyle Rittenhouse was walking freely with his AR-15 in the presence of law enforcement? Can we agree can we at least agree on that? He was walking freely in the midst of the protest with an AR-15 in plain view of local law enforcement. And there was no questioning, no repercussion, no apprehension whatsoever. I'm asking this to the whole crew. Could a black man have done that at that protest? What if a black man was walking around with an AR-15? What if this black man walking around with an AR-15? What if his AR-15 was legally registered? What if he didn't shoot anybody with his AR-15? But then again, what if he did? Y'all say that Rittenhouse acted in self-defense. That's still speculation on that. What if this black man acted in self-defense? Do you think he'd be alive right now? See, the people who support Kyle Rittenhouse, let me show y'all. Watch what I do. The people who support Kyle Rittenhouse are the same people who supported Dylann Roof. Y'all remember Dylann Roof? Raise your hand if you remember Dylann Roof. Just raise your hand if you remember Dylann Roof. The people who support Rittenhouse are the same people who were praising Dylann Roof, who were raising money for Dylann Roof's defense. Talk to me, racist. Was Dylann Roof justified in going to a church and killing 9 black people? Was he justified in that? Was that a good job? Did he do it? He did a great job. Talk to me, racist. Answer the question. I'm asking about Dylann Roof. Because somehow or another, Dylann Roof should have got killed. Dylann Roof should have never made it to jail. I see what you're saying, Galen. Dylann Roof should have never made it to jail because the families of those people, man, they should have got to him. They should have got to him. But this is my point. This is my point. Here's the deal. $2 million was raised for his defense. Where did that money come from? Who was sending this money? People try to say America's not racist. Man, America's not racist. It's all of us. That's the funniest thing that white people say. This is not about the race, man. They're doing this to all of us. No, they're not. What are they doing to you? $2 million. I can only imagine what Kyle Rittenhouse's defense fund is going to look like in a few weeks. And somebody made a great point. You watched it. Yeah, he got a hamburger. They threw Kyle Rittenhouse some water. They made sure that he was well hydrated after killing some people. But Dylann Roof got a Whopper with cheese. Yeah. Van Fleet. South Park in the building. What's up with that? Little D. Yeah. Real quiet. I told you I was going to expose the racists tonight. I was going to expose their hypocrisy tonight. Because when you come with logical opposition to what they're talking about, they can't oppose it. Because all of their statements are based around immature, racist, trolling rhetoric. There's no foundation to it. It's not founded and based on anything substantive. So this is what you get. There are too many examples that lean towards what I'm talking about. Kyle Hicks, Fort Worth in the building. Mookie the Wizard. Yeah. Actually, Mookie, there's nothing going on behind the scenes. This is going on in plain sight. It ain't behind the scene. It's going on in plain sight, man. So I understand that black people, we feel as black people that, hey, man, we're Americans and wow, man, we built this country, because all that's true. We did build this country, and I'm going to get to that point. But we got to get the hell out of here, man. A lot of black people don't like to talk about separation. But as it stated by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, since we are not able to live among each other in peace, let us go. This is not going to stop. This is not going to stop. And the individuals who control policy, who control the laws, they are not going to revise or fix the system. I'm not going to fix it. I broke intentionally. I wanted to break it. So we got to get out. We have an issue with separation. We don't like to hear that because we love the good old USA so much, because we love the devil because he gives us nothing. We love him. We love being here. But yet we continue to get riddled with this same hate and brutality and unjust treatment. We got to go. So separation's reparation. Because guess what? When people hear me say, when the racists hear me say, man, we got to go, we got to separate, they're like, cool, bye. But it ain't that easy. Because we going to need some get back on the way out. Because again, we built this country for free for y'all. All your beautiful monuments, the White House, and all of these edifices that y'all love and worship so much, they were built by black slaves. All of your economic power was built on the backs of black slaves who picked that cotton for y'all when cotton was the #1 resource in America. When sugar was a top resource in America, it was black people out there getting it in to get that sugar. The physical labor that built the infrastructure of this country that you call the United States of America was built by black people. So no, you don't just get us to leave. You owe. And you probably would never pay. Not with money. But you will pay. You'll pay. You're gonna pay. God's gonna make sure you pay. See? So we talking about separation, but with some reparations. This is how hypocritical these devils are when you talk like that. Imagine if you and your family built somebody a house from the ground up. You went and got all the wood, you got the bricks, you laid the foundation, sheetrock, shingles, roofing, plumbing. You laid everything out, built this house from scratch, did not receive a dime for building that house. They allowed you to live in the house, but while you were living in the house, they treated you like lower than a dog. Then tell you, well, if you don't like it, you can leave. Yeah, I can leave, but you need to give me my get back. Then we'll leave, because we built this house. Hypocrisy laced all up and through the DNA of this country. I'm speaking facts right now. See? John Smith said reform in the USA would be wonderful. That's a lot to handle, though. Couldn't blame the people for noping the fuck out and setting on you, man. I mean, that's all we ask. But guess what? Guess who got to supply that land? Your government. Look, this is what we got to do as black people. We got to stop trying to force our way into places and around people that don't want to be around us. That's insanity. That's madness. You ever been dumped in a relationship? Or you ever seen anybody, you ever had a friend that was in a relationship and the person that they were involved with didn't want to be with them no more? And you see your friend, or even if it was you, or even if it was the other person trying to still be with you, that's the saddest, most cool thing to watch, is somebody begging somebody to be with them that don't want to be with them. They don't care about you. and you still begging, please take me back. We can't be that way, family. No disrespect to our ancestors who paved the way. But if we were not wanted in restaurants back in the 50s and 60s, don't try to be in a restaurant they don't want you in. That rule applies to this day. America is that girlfriend that we tried our best to make happy. Tried to make her happy, man. We did everything, man. We gave her gifts. We built houses and buildings. We made her rich. And look how she treats you. We steady calling her phone and knocking on the door, trying to get her to take us back. It's time to let it go. Time to see what's on that other side for us, man. Don't that make sense, man? See? We've been in for a while, man. Black God. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, that happens a lot. And Eric M., if you say put reparations in the form of economic opportunity and freedom, who's supplying that economic opportunity and freedom? See, we can't expect our oppressors to be the ones to be responsible to structure this. We got to make the demands on what it is we want and put the onus on them to give it to us. So we gonna get it anyway. It's not if, it's when. See, the elites of this world, they know that this world is going out. God's destroying it right now. He's sending wildfires and hurricanes and tornadoes, and in the wintertime you'll see snowstorms and all that. He's destroying it. America right now. No country gets the calamities that America gets. See? It's out of there. All right, man. We winding up. I need y'all to shout y'all cities out again, man. Because a few more people have came on. Shout out your city. I need to know where you're from. And I need to know again what y'all doing up so late. Shout out your city and why y'all up. Some of y'all on the East Coast, man, in different parts of the world, so I know it's late, man. St. Paul, Naptown. I heard about the hurricane knocking down the racist statue. Dallas, Texas, man. Portland, Oregon. Yeah, man, I want to come back to Portland, man. No question. B. Hayes, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. My boy Derek Talley, man. How you feeling, Derek? God bless you, Derek. Hope you're feeling good, man. Hope you're getting strong. New Iberia, Louisiana. Y'all naming all these places I've been before. The norm. Back in the days, I swung through New Iberia. We was on tour. And they had a little African shop out in New Iberia. And that was a lady. And I bought a book of Islamic names, man. It had some of the most beautiful names. And she had all kind of African stuff in that store, man. And I don't know if that store is still around because that was years ago. But every time I think about New Iberia, that's what I think about. Denver, Colorado, Alberta, Canada. I want to come to Canada so bad. Portland, Oregon, Dayton, Ohio in the building, man. Sacramento, Seattle. I've been to Huntsville a few times, Don. Get shows up there. Yeah. I see you, Mookie. Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Never heard of that. That's what's up, man. No question, man. Let me know where y'all at, man. South Haven. Is that South Haven, Mississippi? Rotterdam, Holland. 10 in the morning. Okay, it's daytime over there. You good. Fort Worth. I'm coming back, man. I'm coming back. Yeah. Give y'all a few more minutes, man. Aaron Shannon, my guy. I can't come in the winter, Aaron. So yeah, man, Kyle Rittenhouse, he is being praised and uplifted and upheld and labeled a hero. And again, that speaks to the hypocrisy of this nation, man. You see people talk more about buildings being destroyed. They're more upset and outraged about a building or a monument or a statue being destroyed. They're more mad about that than the life of a black person. Think about that. Now, don't take it as being surprised. Don't even be mad, because we live in different Americas. And America means one thing to the white supremacy, it means something else to other people. America means many different things to different people. If we poll, let me do that real quick. If y'all can do this in one word, just tell me what America means to you. We have a diverse crowd of people here. We got all different races and nations and states. In one word, tell me what America means to you. And it'll prove my point that it means different things to different people. I'll give y'all some time to drop that. Just think about it. What does America mean to you? Shout out to the NBA players, man. Shout out to the NBA players. I wish they would have shut down the whole season. Let me read some of these things. What does America mean to you, man? Tell me what it means to you. See, everything is based on perception. Somebody said, Donna said deception. Herb Reed said beast. Imperialism. BS, pain. You right about that, John. I don't repeat the cuss word this late. Jackson said, it's not the building itself, it's the mass amounts of people that suffer from losing their store when they get food, drink, pay, clothes. Okay? And through all of that, if you would petition to your government, if you would petition to your police department to stop killing black people for no reason, then your stores wouldn't get torn up. And also, sir, I would hope that you, being a grown, intelligent individual, I would hope that you would do research as to who's actually destroying this property in these stores. I would like you to do a little research, because if you do the research, you will find that the majority of the time, the people who are destroying this property are not black people. The people who are burning down police precincts, they're not black people. We don't get down like that, man. We got enough problems just being black. We got enough problems just walking the street, just getting pulled over, just getting shot in the back for no reason, just getting the apartment door kicked in and shot while you're eating some ice cream, just getting the police called on you because you're barbecuing. We got enough regular black folks problems to be running around here burning up police precincts and stuff like that, flipping over police cars. That ain't us. So again, there's the narrative switch. So you got to research, man. You can't come on here with this lightweight stuff and try to pin it on that. You got these groups out here, these different groups undercover, painting themselves in blackface and doing these things and getting out the way and then saying Black Lives Matter and trying to put the blame on black people. No, sir. Petition if you were truly not a racist, if you live up to your word, not you in general, but you, but people like you, if you're truly not about that racist life, then do some research, find out who's really doing this stuff, calculate the rate at which black people are being murdered by law enforcement compared to the rate that white people get murdered, not the actual total numbers, because that doesn't tell the story. Based on the percentage of blacks in the country, the percentage of whites in the country, based on the population of blacks, population of whites, who's more likely to be murdered at the hands of law enforcement? It would be black people. Don't play with me. So if you're worried about property getting destroyed, contact your local police department and say, hey man, when y'all pull over black people, try to see what's going on, man. Treat them the same way you treat white people when you pull them over. Don't be so quick to start shooting for no reason. Got me messed up. What does America mean to you? John Suave, JoJo Jones. Yeah, man. I got y'all for about 5 more minutes, man. I'm gonna get out y'all way. I got a rhyme to write. Tonight, man. There's so much going on in the world, and with the pandemic, sometimes I think people forget that I do rap music, and I'm a spitter. Yeah. Here it is, man. Zionism. Bub's Cat. Trying to shout out, man. Isaac Dennis. What's up, Isaac Dennis? I like to interact with y'all, man, much as I can. I ain't be moving sometimes. I don't catch everybody. But I got about 3 more minutes with y'all. We're going to go for about 3 more minutes. Be sure y'all order my book. I always promote my book. Hold on, let me put my book out. Every time I do it live, man, y'all can't see the words, yeah. Go to southparkcoalition.net and get my book. This talks about my life. Man, your day just starting. What up, D Crimes? Fig Jam 963. I'm curious to know, everybody on here that's from another country, what do other nations think about America? When y'all see this stuff going on, I know y'all see it on your news channels. If you're from another country, I know it's late and not many people on here. If you're from another country, just shout out your country and tell me, what is y'all's perception of America? I'm really curious to know that, even though I kind of know. I'm pretty well traveled. But I would love to just hear from y'all. And I'm going to ask that question again. Next time I do a live at a reasonable hour when we got more people on, I'm going to ask that question again to everybody that's in a different nation. If you're in Canada, if you're in Norway, if you're in Amsterdam, if you're in any other country, the UK, Africa, wherever you may be, if you're still on, tell me what y'all's perception is, what the world's perception in the United States is, real quick before I go. Somebody said they feel bad for us. Yeah. All good. Tell your 10-year-old Donna I appreciate him. May he grow up to be a soldier. See, Fig Jam said, I love American people. I hate the American government. Come on, man. A lot of people feel that way. NDAA. Y'all look up those initials, NDAA. Look up that policy. That's what the Black God is talking about. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. I got some late night snack and some writing to do. But leave your comments before. Hey man, before y'all go, y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all keep hitting the like button, and y'all stay on Kyle Rittenhouse's head. Stay on his head, and stay on any of these racists who uplift him as a hero for traveling down the road to commit murder. Stay on their head, man. Don't let up on them, man. Stay up on their head, man. One love to y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.